Hallo, ek is Etie. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. Today we look at the double negative in Afrikaans. I know that I've asked people quite often, do you want me to make a video about double negatives in Afrikaans? Somebody said yes somewhere along the line. So today we'll look at everything double negative related, when to not use it, but also when to use it in Afrikaans. We look at the case where there is only one negative first. There's only one such situation in Afrikaans where you use one negative. Everywhere else, you have the double negative. So in this situation, let's look at the top. Ons weet. We know. And then the negative is ons weet nie. We don't know. Or in the older English, we know not. Now the word order there for we know not is the same word order that we use in Afrikaans. Ek weet nie. Now if you look top left, there's an example that I've given that says jy kan nie, which is jy the subject, kan is the verb, and nie is the negative. In the English you'll see you can't, full stop. So, or you can not, full stop. If you look at that sentence, you have a subject and a verb, and then that's it. There is no object after the verb. There is no adverb or adjective after the verb. When that is the case in English and in Afrikaans, if there is no object or nothing going on after the verb, you only have one negative. Hulle sal nie. They won't. Sy mag nie. She may not. Ek wil nie. I don't want to. Hy hoor nie. He does not hear. Julle verstaan nie. You don't understand. First example of where you use and how you use the double negative in Afrikaans. Hy skop die bal. He kicks the ball. And the negative then is hy skop nie die bal nie. He does not kick the ball. If you look at the bottom, you'll see there is an example that says ek speel nie tennis nie. Now here we have a subject, a verb, and then that sentence also contains an object. So the subject in this sentence, ek, is performing an action and there is an object involved. So in this case, there's a double negative. Now, where will you place the first negative? After the verb, before the object. And then the last negative is placed at the end of the sentence. In this case, there is only an object and then there's nothing else. So in this case, the negative is after the object. But if there was something else in Afrikaans, usually you'll place the second negative at the end of the sentence, and the first negative is after that first verb. After the subject has performed the first verb, then you place first negative, then the rest of the sentence, and then at the end, the last or the second negative. So let's look at it again. Ek speel nie tennis nie. And then at the bottom, I do not play tennis. Now in English, you don't have a double negative. There's only one not, and then it's all over. Examples of the situation we just looked at where there's a subject, a verb, a negative, then an object, and then another negative. Ek slaan nie die sak nie. I do not hit the bag. Ons verf nie die muur nie. We do not paint the wall. Sy klim nie die berg nie. She does not climb the mountain. Hulle vergeet nie my verjaardag nie. So there you'll see there's my verjaardag, which just explains whose birthday it is. So you have after the first verb, there's hulle subject, then vergeet, which is the verb. Then we have nie, the negative, and then you have the rest of the sentence, which is my verjaardag, and then after that you have nie, the last negative, and then full stop. And that is, they do not forget my birthday. The next case is the case of either an adverb following the verb, or there is an adjective explaining more about the subject. And in this case, or in both of these cases, it's also double negatives that you will use. So let's look at the top example. Hy swem vinnig. He swims fast. And the negative of that is hy swem nie vinnig nie. He does not swim fast. So hy, which is the subject, swem, the verb, and then the negative nie, and then you have vinnig, which is the adverb, and that is followed by the last nie. There's nothing else in that sentence after vinnig, after the adverb, so then it's nie, full stop. He does not swim fast. Then we look at the bottom example. Now this is an example about a guy's hair. And here you have an adjective explaining a little bit more or describing more about the hair. And in this case also a double negative. So you have sy hare is bruin. His hair is brown. And then the negative, sy hare is nie bruin nie. So then it is sy hare, which in this case is now what's going on there, the subject. Then we have is, which is the verb, and then the negative nie. Then you have the adjective bruin, and then there's nothing else. So then you have the last negative nie and full stop. And that is, his hair is not brown. Examples of the cases we've just looked at. Hulle arms is nie sterk nie. Their arms are not strong. Sy hare is nie lank nie. His hair is not long. Ons voel nie goed nie. We do not feel well. Ons werk nie saam nie. We do not work together. Ek swem nie vinnig nie. I do not swim fast. The last case where you will use a double negative. I have a mosquito in my room. Sorry. Alright, so this is the case of two verbs. At the top, hy wil werk. He wants to work. Hy wil nie werk nie. He does not want to work. And at the bottom, you'll see we have ek, which is the subject, kan, which is the first verb. Then we have nie, slaap, second verb, and then we have the last nie, full stop. And that is, ek kan nie slaap nie, I can't sleep. Sentence examples of the last case we looked at. Hulle gaan nie dit skoonmaak nie. They are not going to clean it up. Hulle kan nie vis eet nie. They can't eat fish. Now, in this case, where you look at hulle kan nie vis eet nie, you have vis eet. So there are more than one word after the first nie. But still, you wait for all of it to be done with, all of it to be finished, and then you place the last nie. So you'll see there, hulle kan, then nie. The first nie is placed after the first verb. Then the rest of the sentence is finished. Vis eet, just explaining what the person is eating or what they are eating or what they can't eat. And then after all of that, you place the last nie and then full stop. Ek wil nie diamante steel nie. And there again you have more than one word following the first nie, but yet all of it must be done with. Then you place the second nie. I do not want to steal diamonds. And then the last one, ek wil nie saam met hulle gaan nie. So that's a mouthful going on there. So again you have ek wil and then the first nie after the first verb, and then you have all of the rest of the sentence, which in this case includes 4 words. And then you have the last nie. I do not want to go with them.